Dan let the board know that the tire amnesty day would proceed at the park as scheduled. Dan had all volunteers necessary to cover that. Peerless Midwest was out to inspect the water plant, specifically the iron filter. There's some immediate need for repair or replacement. This is a tentative estimate to replace the iron filter in the amount of $250,000. We definitely have to have it repaired as soon as possible. This will cost somewhere in the area of $55,000 to $65,000. They also inspected the wells that they do annually to stay in compliance. Well number 2 is operating at about 40% capacity. To have the pump reworked, it should be approximately $35,000 for the pump. Joe made a motion, seconded by Chad, to approve the repair of well pump 2 for the $35,000 and to repair the iron filter for the $55,000 to $65,000. New Alliance was again brought up for support. The board will table any decision at this time. They were informed that Leo did do full support. It was brought up that the town would make an offer on the Cornerstone building up to the amount of $200,000 to be taken from the seeded fund. Joe made a motion to make an offer, seconded by Chad, and passed. Note that Tim Barry, who was on the Cornerstone board, did abstain from the vote. The old police radios would be reprogrammed, and the mobile unit will go in the town hall, and the handheld will be given to the fire department. The park rental was discussed and decided that the units would no longer be rented out as a large and small side, but just as one unit. Starting January 2024, the rent would be $300 with a deposit of $100 except for special occasions. Tim made a motion, seconded by Joe, and passed. Nothing further to discuss. Chad made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Tim, and passed.
Any additions or corrections? Being none, we need a motion to accept the minutes as read.
Make a motion. I'll second it.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. We're passed. Dan.
Peerless was able to get on top of the iron filter quick. They're actually just trying to get test to pass for me to put it back in service. It ended up being in a lot better shape than they thought, so that was a good call to go with the $55,000 to $65,000 fix. However, it is something we need to start exploring for future to replace the whole thing, as well as some other improvements in the water plant, but that's down the road a little bit. They also pulled well 2. I think it's finished up and should be back in here within a week or so. Yeah, rebuilt. They pulled it and rebuilt it. We just found out yesterday, I believe, that we were awarded our community crossings funding that we applied for. Our portion will be $192,000. The state's portion, is it state?
700.
It's $576,000.
Yeah.
That's it. I got New Allen wrote down on here, but you can bring that.
I got it up here too.
Yep.
So.
That's all I got.
Okay, Rick.
I was just wondering if we've heard anything more about the internet.
I have something on that.
All right.
I did talk to Watch Communications, which has the fiber line that runs down South Street to the bank. We were hoping that we could get it put into one building and spliced over to the fire station. The engineers came out and said it'd be better for them to do that separately. So as of right now, we're paying about, I think it's $162 for Frontier for phone and internet, and I believe the same, depending on what speed we need here, and that's going to be depending on what the police or the Allen County wants to have here. We could probably get it from anywhere from 150 to 200, depending on the upload and download speed that they need.
I'm going to figure that they need it as fast as they can get it.
Well, I mean, 50 meg up or 50 up and or 100 up. I mean, that's both those are fairly quicker than what Frontier is.
Right.
So if they can do it with 50, great. If it's going to take 100, then it's probably going to be closer to $200 a month. But that's only $40 more than what we're paying now for a service that actually works.
Right. Yes.
Does this new system that they're coming out with, paging system and everything for the fire and EMS, that all has to have a high-speed computer system or it will not set the tones and do everything that's need to be done.
Right, this should do it.
Did we find out what speed that we needed for the fire department?
I've not heard for sure.
I've sent out a couple messages and I still haven't heard back what's the minimum speed we can have, so.
For that, yeah.
You got anything?
Nope.
No? Tim?
I gave you the resolution.
Oh,
Other
okay.
than that,
So, I guess just continuing on with that internet, are we okay with getting it going, or do you wanna find out from the county what they're gonna need?
I can find out from them what speed they need before we put it in.
I've got it. So it's it to me then? Good to me. So we talked about the internet. I
Let's
sent,
put that in the form of a motion to upgrade the internet.
Make that motion.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. Clear pass.
I received an email today from, was it the state? On the water assistance program.
I've read that.
I forwarded it to Tim, to just kind of take a look, and I don't know if that's something that they want us to administer, or if that's something that the state's providing, that the individual has to apply to them, or, what?
I read it as they had to apply to
To them.
To the state
To get
itself,
water
yeah.
assistance, it was kind of a two-part assistance program.
So is that something that we, want to put out on a Facebook, or, have Lois put in the paper, that they can get to that?
If they want to pay.
I mean, it's for low income, so.
Well, yeah, we probably better.
Yeah. If they meet the requirements, why not?
The other thing is, this last month, this is the first time in 20 years this happened, is that there was a fraudulent check posted to our account, from farmers and merchants. It was for $2,450. When I went to reconcile, found it, called them up, and they said that, they'll take care of it. It's obvious that the signature's different, it's a different check, form of check, it didn't even come close to what else, but it was a mobile deposit to another bank, and it went over to farmers and merchants, and they honored it. I come to find out that their policy is, if you don't find it in 24 hours of it being posted, they're not responsible.
Wow.
So, but they said they would do what they could, and they would definitely get this back for us this time. But what it all led up to is that they want us to sign up for what's called a positive pay. It's a thing that they offer at a fee, that, what I would do is upload my check listing to them, and if it didn't match, it would be pulled out. Well, they want $30 per account per month. Yeah, and we have 7 accounts, so there's not a whole lot of, I guess, there's not a whole lot of reason to do it, I don't think.
No.
But I wanted to bring it to your attention that it did happen, and I mean, there's just, the best I can do is log into the online banking every day and look, but that's so easy to slide by, and
What's so easy to mess with?
yeah, to me, it doesn't make sense that if my name isn't, you know, you sign the signature cards for a reason, and if it wasn't even close to the signature, that, why would be honored? It seems to me like it comes into their bank, they're the ones that say yes or no, that it's, but, do you know anything about that, Tim? No? Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it kind of defeats the purpose, but, anyway, that is all I have. Other than December's the month that we have to set raises for all of the employees.
Yeah. Okay, first, what's the next resolution number?
Next resolution is, next resolution is 2022-4.
2022-4?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 2022-4, resolution from the Town Council of Monroeville, Allen County, Indiana, whereas the Indiana Department of Transportation, NDOT, has requested that the town of Monroeville, Indiana, appoint a person or persons who serves on the town council to be appointed as the designated signator for all NDOT contracts and agreements concerning the community crossing matching grant funds 022-2. And I would be the signer. So, do it in the form of a motion.
I'll make the motion. Donnie, you decide.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Clear pass. I don't know, is there more than one copy there, Tim?
There's three.
Okay. I want to read a note that I got in the mail. Hi, Don. We want to make sure that you know that you have a stellar employee, Rich Stevenson. We biked into Monroeville on August 20th after having been injured in a dog attack 25 miles west of Monroeville. When we arrived, we were a little bit dazed, in some pain, and unsure what to do in unfamiliar territory. Rich found a medical clinic in Fort Wayne, got us to and from the clinic to get medical care, and generally supported our efforts to deal with the injuries and continued on our trip. He was gracious, selfless, and warm at all times. He's a wonderful person. We are thankful we had a chance to get to know Rich and want to make sure you and the rest of Monroeville know how great he is.
They already did that.
Okay.
I'll second that.
No, it's a nice letter because.
And they were from, I got one too, and they're from Anchorage, Alaska, by the way.
Wow.
And they rode across the country from, I think they went from Oregon all the way to Maine.
Yeah.
But also, in the one they sent me, saying the same thing, basically. They also gave me a check for $250 for the park.
Oh, good for you.
I had asked Dan to have the guy from New Allen Alliance come back and talk to us again before we voted yay or nay. And he couldn't make it tonight, so he'll be at the next meeting, right?
He hasn't responded yet, but I'm gonna stay with him and try to get him.
Okay. Raises for next year. County give 5.5. Social Security give 8.7. From your standpoint, what's sustainable and still keep our people?
I think we're set okay right now as far as, we haven't raised utility rates and sewage rates, and we're still operating in the black. I think we're okay. I think with the economy as well as right now, and what I'm hearing other places are giving, I think anywhere between 5 and 10 is going to be legitimate. I think we can take on any spot between there, but that's not my decision to make. That's the board's to make. But as far as financially, we can support 5 to 10.
Well, the county's usually on the bottom side a little bit. I mean, in past history, right? That's what I always felt. 6.5 or 7, is that doable?
Yes, I mean, I said it, between 5 and 10 is financially good.
Okay.
That's your
5 to 10,
decision to make
okay.
what you have.
Where are you guys at?
I think I'd be good at 7%.
That's true.
Okay, you're good with 7?
I'll get the ordinance drawn up. Try to get the vote on first, so.
Let's, somebody make a motion to go 7%.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The thing from the states will help us quite a bit on our next project. I mean, that's substantial.
Is this road widening that we're gonna have, 192,000 in? That's something that we have to pay up front? Is it gonna be billed as they go, or how's that gonna happen?
Don't know
Don't
yet.
know.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on some of the paperwork to come from the state.
Okay. When are they planning on doing that road widening?
In the spring, yeah,
We gotta have it bid within 4 months, I think, or awarded within 4 months.
within 4 months of when we get the official.
We've done community crossings before though, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's say, however that.
Did you look at them drawings?
I just saw them right before I got here. I didn't have much time to really look at them very close.
I question a couple things on there as to whether we couldn't make it more user friendly
Yeah,
for the property owner.
okay, I was gonna say. Cause what he was doing was minimal, but we needed minimally to take from Freedom.
Okay, I guess my whole thing is, and I was gonna call him, and I sent him an email, which I copied you on.
Yeah, I saw it.
Rather than going off to the left, off to the east, what if you took it right out against it and put the curb there?
I'd have to look at it and see, but.
You know, no, I was gonna say something to you while we were here tonight, because I don't know if it's doable or not, but that would save about probably 8 or 10 feet. And that would make her much happier. It would cost us a little more money.
You're talking about making this more narrow here between the sidewalk and the curb?
As long as you've got the curb, you don't have to have any space.
Right, but it has to be an 8-foot sidewalk.
Right.
So it'd have to be a wider sidewalk for that last stretch.
Yeah,
Because currently it's a 6-foot.
right.
So yeah, I think that's a fair question to ask him.
Okay, no, I was just gonna throw that out because I kept looking at it, I kept thinking, okay, we want to impose the least amount on Frida that we can. And if we made a couple little changes, we could probably stay back 6 or 8 feet further.
Right, and this is the state making us do this. This isn't our choice.
Yeah.
For the turning radius.
Is that due to semis or?
I think, because this is gonna be, we're looking at putting an industrial park down the road and plus with Dollar General right there. They can't hardly make the turn right now in their deliveries.
Jim, Rich. I did start talking to Matt about possibly another grant for drainage.
Okay.
So everybody knows there's some issues with some drainage, and if we could cure it, it would be helpful. But I called Jim and he didn't call me back.
He
So.
was in meetings all day today, I know.
Right.
Did I talk to him yesterday about
No.
community crossings? He said he'd be booked all day today.
No, I just wanted people to know that when the water flooded out here, trying to figure out ways to stop it, except if you get 7 inches of rain in an hour, it's pretty damn hard.
Everything on the bank,
I need letters from everybody
Have you been
that
getting any?
says,
Have you been getting any?
no, I've got a few, but not what I need. I need letters that say you will support whatever goes there. And if you are an old harvester employee, mention that in the letter someplace.
And I don't think they're really
Not-
I think there's support. Yes, I know that I put that out on Facebook, and there was a big thing about, you know, your money and all this kind of stuff. But even if you don't put your money in it, you can still support it. You know, not necessarily financially, but, you know, it's a good thing in town to have a financial institution. You know, people say, well, I don't care, I do my banking online.
Right. But
How many times do you run up and need a check cashed or need to get cash, or, you know, just this weekend in the fire department, we need to change, you know, and you're 16 miles away from the nearest bank. Just because you might not bank there doesn't really mean you don't have to, you need to support it.
Yeah.
You should support everything.
There's actually a credit union that's really interested, and there's a bank that's not here now, they're south of here. It's also, and the credit union's been here 2 or 3 times, and the bank has also, so.
Since you mentioned that about, International Harvester. International Harvester had their own credit union until Three Rivers took it over. When you moved.
I don't know, did they?
But you read between the lines, yeah.
Well, one thing too that you should bring out that and I totally lost my train of thought there.
But no, but he's got people that's been coming, yeah.
One other thing, the status of the bid for the cornerstone, whatever happened there.
Tim, do you have a
I'd
place
give
to
it to him.
contact? Because I had a call today of someone that was interested in purchasing that or putting a bid on it. I gave him your name, but didn't give your number because I don't like to give out people's personal numbers. Okay.
We got a person right now, it's scheduled $245.
She seemed pretty interested. The thing I was thinking about was that a lot of the feedback on Facebook was that, you know, they were upset with the way it closed. But I don't know how much they know about the business world, but it's common for a business to come in and do a demographic study or some type of study to see what is going to be supported before they ever say so-and-so's coming or we're thinking about coming, because if they don't come, then it's a black eye to them. So it's just common business practice to do this kind of thing.
Yeah, I was asked not to say who it was by name. If the person can figure it out, well, that's fine. But
How is the businesses around here as far as dealing with a bank? Would it benefit them?
Sure would me, because I have to go 16 miles one way to make a deposit, and I have to do that almost daily.
Yeah.
For the water bills, things like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it helped me immensely. But, you know, most people, you know, they do, or a lot of people will do mobile banking and that, but a lot of people are old school. They want this brick and mortar building. to walk into and have somebody to talk to. But the nearest place is 16 miles away.
Well, as far as getting changed and all that kind of stuff, are you looking more at a bank than a credit union because of dealing with that, or will a credit union benefit the businesses as well?
I personally think a credit
Credit
union
union is
would be better.
Most credit unions are probably easier and better than the bank.
Well, I personally have had better experience with a credit union, but from a business aspect, will a credit union work with the businesses?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I have a lot of
that's no
business connections, and I would say at least 60% of my people are at credit unions, not banks.
Where does this letter go?
Hmm?
You need the letter?
To Dano.
Yes, to me, yes. Yeah, write a letter, you can handwrite it, you can type it, just sign it.
so are you looking at getting letters from the citizens?
Yeah.
I had put out on Facebook that they're requesting it, and, you know, Facebook's is only as good as the people who read it or the people that push it on. But I instantly got feedback, negative feedback, and people that want to complain about it, and it's sad that happens, but that's just.
So what would they complain about? I mean,
Well, one was mad that they wouldn't disclose who it was, and the other was, it was just, we wouldn't say because that's how government works, and just the normal, you know, Facebook stuff.
well, and I guess the thing to do is, hey, we're looking at doing this, and we need letters if,
That's exactly what I said
Yeah.
on the Facebook post.
yeah.
I ain't giving you a letter as an individual, but should I write another one as a business, like for the cemetery?
Yes, do,
Yeah,
please.
because, you know, same thing, I gotta run the gator all the time for anything I gotta do
Yeah.
with the cemetery business. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wrote one for myself personally, and then I wrote one for my business,
I'll give you another.
you know. But, to me, it's a big deal.
So you got one like from Legion? Is it Legion?
Hmm?
Does Legion, is it Legion one? Because they.
Linda's supposed to be writing me one.
But, yeah, and like I told you, a lot of people don't know about the credit union, they're all connected all over the country, most of them. I mean,
Yes,
when I go to Florida, I go to the Air Force Credit Union down there. When I was in New Orleans for a while, I went to the firefighters credit union, I go in there and show them my Three Rivers card, and it comes right up on the computer, you know?
Yeah.
Go anywhere, they're all connected. Whereas PNC or any of these other banks, you get away from here a state or two, and you're out of luck, you know?
I'll tell you, the big banks are getting harder and harder to deal with. They're more just, separated from the communities and the regular people now. There's no decisions made at local levels, it all has to go to Pittsburgh or wherever it might be.
I had a
Okay.
$10,000 loan at one of the banks, and I went in to cash a 48-cent, I had a 48-cent check. They would not cash it, because I didn't have a savings account. I had a $10,000 loan with them, that I was paying them interest.
I went in to do a credit draw, like 20,000. They had to call Pennsylvania, and I went, really?
Would it be advantageous that, I know that you didn't have a Chamber of Commerce meeting this month, but to go to the Chamber of Commerce, because that would do with your businesses, and get with them and tell them, you know, hey, we need you to do this.
You know,
Oh, I already told
talked to them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they was all at supper Monday night, and I told them to write me letters, yeah.
Now, I'm new, so if I throw in something that's, you know, already been done,